Hey everyone, welcome back to Quilter's Playground. Today we're kicking things off with a needle little help segment. One of my favorite parts because we get to tackle those small things that can make a huge difference in your quilting. And today we're talking about needle placement. Now, before we jump in, I need a little honesty moment from you. Have you ever put your needle in backwards? Because you're not alone. Go ahead and tell me in the comments. Have you done it? Yes? No? I promise, no judgment here. Today, we're going to help walk through how to place your needle correctly, what to watch for, how to use tools to place it correctly, and all those good things. So make sure you tune in, and afterwards, we're going to hop into the magic of Picture Stitcher.
So, welcome to Quilter's Playground, you guys. Hang on, I got to move this over here so I can change it. And these are the two pictures that we got. So you don't have to comment, but can you tell what's wrong with them? It has the needle magnet tool on there to help you align, but this one is positioned up here. Not even on the needle itself. And then this one is just laying on the table, and they want to know if it's on correctly to put their needle in. So this is what we're going to talk about, how to do this part. Now we're going to send out a video on how to do it, but we're just going to discuss it right now. So I'm going to go to the next page. And let's talk about needles and why the position of it is really important. And the needle position is absolutely crucial for successful sewing, acting as a foundation for the stitch formation, accuracy and efficiency, proper intersection, flat side back, and the scarf facing the back. Okay, so they're talking about domestic needles that we put into our sewing machines. They have a flat back. Ours on the long arm machines are rounded. So it does it so that needle position can be turned slightly off to one side. And how many of you have actually put it in backwards? I have, and it's embarrassing. But it also happens, you guys. Meanwhile, selecting needle down is vital for pivoting corners, while needle up allows you to easily move a fabric removal. So you can get the fabric out or you can turn it. So yeah, it's just really important to understand how needles and what role they play. It's probably one of the most important roles. So picking the correct needle size for the thread that you use and the needle point. I didn't realize, I knew in hand quilting, there are a bunch of different needles. But for quilting with a machine, there are still a lot of different needles and points. And even for sewing itself, you guys, there's different needles for different fabrics, different stitches that you're going to make. Some needles will work better than others. Let's do a little bit more research and understand the needles themselves. Okay, so I want you to look right down here, the needle anatomy, and we've gone through this before. The important parts are this shank right here, this long shank, because it's rounded, and the scarf and the eye position. We want the scarf facing the back of the machine and the eye facing directly dead straight on the front. Now, some people say, oh, if I turn my needle off to one side or the other just slightly, like they say 530, will help. Now, that's up to you to make. But on the newer machines, maybe on the older machines, but on the newer machines, straight on is what we want. And we want to make sure they're positioned correctly. Now, the points penetrate the fabric differently. If you have a sharp point, it's going to press through and can, on t-shirts, quilts, cut your threads. So on t-shirt quilts, we want a little bit more blunt point so it doesn't cut the threads and you get that fraying. So let's be really careful and get the correct needle for the fabrics that we're using. And then the next thing is on the machines, how to use the wonderful little needle magnet tool. It really does help. And if you don't have it and aren't using it, we really should. Okay, so the needle magnet goes on the front side and your scarf faces the back. So the scarf's kind of like this little indentation on the needle itself. So it's kind of this cutout groove on the back side. And the scarf is really important because on MR needles, and that's the needles that we sell and decided to use and promote at Grace Company. MR are called multi-directional needles. So as you're moving your machine, they are reacting and not flexing as much as it's going through the fabric as the regular standard needle. And so it gives you a better stitch. And that's why we've chosen to go with MR needles. And you can buy them through Grace Company, and we've got multiple sizes, but it's really important, especially as we're moving across our quilt, to have a stronger, more steady, stable needle that's going to create a better stitch. Now, the magnet will go on this, I call it kind of a little hump, and the groove, the scarf is the groove. So the magnet will go on the kind of a little flat spot. If you'll put it there and then just put it up in the shaft and make sure it's up in the shaft all the way. But this magnet tool needs to be on the needle itself. The one that was laying on the table, it was on the needle, but it wasn't positioned correctly on the needle. And then before you tighten up the screw, make sure that you're positioning it, the eye of the needle right here, straight on. And if you need glasses, you need better lighting, use what you can. Because like I said, it's really embarrassing to put the needle in incorrectly. Now here is the European and American sizes. And that's why they have both sizes on the packages of needles. Use this, you guys can print it off. We're going to send it as a PDF so that you guys can have this and print it off later. And then this talks a little bit about MR. It stands for micro rib. It refers to a needle design that has tiny engineered ribs near the eye of the needle. These micro ribs help reduce friction on the needle as it passes through the fabric to improve how the stitch loop forms inside the machine. In simple terms, the MR needle helps the machine grab the thread more consistently, which can reduce skip stitches and thread breakage, especially at higher speeds. And then up here, I asked AI how important it is to have that adjusted correctly. And it says that the very deep and long shaped scarf allows very tight adjustment of the looper, which they call the hook, to the needle. This results in reliable loop formation and protection of the sewing thread. So, and then I found this little chart that I thought would be very helpful for all of you. I'm always thinking of you guys. And so this is kind of a little Merry Christmas gift after the fact. So this is a little chart that tells you how many yards for the different size quilts with the light quilting, medium quilting, and heavy quilting. Now we are going to improve this chart later on, and hopefully we can have it done in the next week or so. And we'll send that out to you where we're going to add the bobbins to go along with this so that you will have the bobbins as well. So that's my first little part. I hope it really helps, and I hope it helps you understand the importance of the needle position.
Now we're going to hop into the magic of Picture Stitcher. If you haven't tried this yet, you are going to love it. It lets you take an image and turn it into a stitchable design. So here's what you do. Watch this video, go to our website, hit Picture Stitcher, and you get one free use that you can play around in there, make a design, and then come share it with us in the comments. We want to see what you have decided to stitch out. Did you do a picture of your pet, your favorite landscape, a person? We want to see what you guys are putting together. So come back and share it in the comments with us. And now we will hand it over to Carla and Marie, who will tell you all about the Picture Stitcher and how to use it.
Now we're going to get into Picture Stitcher. All right, so this is here to help you guys so you can print this off and just follow along and have some direction. All right, so you go to graceframe.com right here to access Picture Stitcher. You can access it in a couple of different places, and you can access it from the automation. If you click on it, it'll show up and you click on Picture Stitcher, or you can go over to the shop, and the shop will also have Picture Stitcher. Right below, you'll notice that when you click on it, this is what the screen looks like. And then you can go and browse and find your picture. Use your desktop or laptop computers, okay? Don't try to do this on your phone or your tablet. It's not as good of experience, and I just wanted you to know and understand that, okay? Save your pictures to the pictures folder or where you can access them easily from and get to them for Picture Stitcher, and upload your picture. Just click on the picture itself, and then you can either browse through Picture Stitcher and find it, or you can drag it across and drop it into the screen. So there's a couple different ways that you can do it. And you'll go to your, what we're going to do is go to the pictures. These are some of them that I've chosen, or Marie's chosen. So we picked this one to drop in there, and it's just this little photo of a pot and a heart. And then you're going to drop it on the screen. You're going to click on Save and Next, and then it's going to go into its little mode of thinking about it. So it's trying to figure out the best path, what it's going to do, how it's going to connect, and it's going to take a little thinking time. And then once it's done, then this is what it looks like. Okay, so you'll notice that these are a little grayed out. So this segment right here is showing you that you can crop out sections of it when you want to. And I just put my little thumbs down because I didn't want them there, and I'm just showing you. So the next one, you just click and follow the screen when you're done, and I'll picking and choosing what parts you want on and off. And then you'll come to this one. So this screen here is actually converting it and joining the designs. So you can use your little slider bar, and it will actually add little stitching lines to make it continuous. Now, it doesn't look great all the time, so be very careful when you're doing this to make sure that it looks good. Because if you don't have a way to fix these little lines, PatternCAD is a way to fix them. And then you won't be happy with a stitching line from here to here, from here up to here, from here. So you can actually get rid of those by sliding it back and clicking on the apply once more, and then it will go back to the original one, okay, that you pulled over. And quickly, this next little screen is going to be, it's going to show you the stitching path and how it's going to act as it's stitching along, kind of like optimization. This is what this little screen is. So you can pick the speed, slow, medium, or fast, and then you click on draw path, and it's going to show you from start to finish what it looks like. And then you want to save this design once you've edited it and everything to the library, to your design library. Once you've saved it to your design library, to access that, the top of the toolbar, you have to go to the top again, go to My Account right here, and then find My Designs. Okay, once you have My Designs, see where it's located, you want to pick and choose to download the CQP. It's compatible with QCT6. And then you're going to click on download, and it's going to download, and you can, put it wherever you want to download it. And now I saved mine to a flash drive. that I had plugged into my desktop. So you can take it to your tablet and import it into the system. So that's what I did. You can do it whatever is easiest for you, just pick and choose. All right. And then once we are on the QCT, I'm going to click on PatternCAD because I'm going to import it directly into PatternCAD if in case I want to make any editing or anything like that to the design. When I do that, this is my PatternCAD screen at the top right. I'm going to click on plugins, click on batch import, and then from there, I'm going to go find my design that I'm going to. So I went to my drive E, clicked on it again, and then I found the dog paw. And then we want to go import. Once it's imported in, we have no more designs. We're going to say okay. And no, we don't have any more designs. And I know I'm going really fast. And it's going to be located in the batch file folder. Remember, all these wonderful designs are alphabetical. So if you have a hard time finding it, look alphabetically for that design, click on it and open it up. And there you go. You have it in PatternCAD. You can do any edit. Now notice there are a lot of segments. So be careful that you're editing it correctly and to the way that you want it. And that's my quick little tutorial that you can print off, and we'll turn it over to Marie. And there.
All right. So I'm going to go to the website. Hang on, I got to get rid of this one. Okay. I hate it when Zoom's in my way. Okay, so
I
I'm
know
at,
I had to get rid of mine too, Marie.
yeah. We're at graceframe.com, and like Carla was saying, you can find it under automation. It's right here, the picture stitcher, or you can find it under the shop, the picture stitcher. This has been quite fun testing this. I've done quite a few. I'm surprised it hasn't, and it is I do want to say that is a new program, and if there are a little quirks and stuff going on, it will be something that we continue to work through and make it better as we go along. So I'm going to go ahead and browse my file, and here's the files that I have that I want to choose. I do want to say that Picture Stitcher as of right now is really hard to get a continuous line. So that means, I'm sorry, QMX users, as of right now, unless you can get this a continuous line with no segments in it, you won't be able to use it with QMX. Yeah, so sorry about that. So here's the paw. I do want to, I'm going to do the paw like Carla did, mainly because I want to show you that every time you do this, you get a different look. And you just keep doing it until you get the look you want. So I got my paw and I can use to go in or out to crop it. And then I can save my image. Why it's working, it's doing its little thing. Please, please don't take other people's work and copy them while you're doing this. There's nothing that is stopping you, but be a little conscious and not take don't go grab a pattern off of somebody else's website that you purchase patterns and put it in Picture Stitcher. For one, it won't work right. And for two, it's just not right. So see how mine is a little different
It's totally different.
than Carla's was. And this is even different than
Mm-hmm.
what I had done it before. So, and if you don't like the look, hit start over and do it again because it will give you a different look. And it also,
Marie, can I ask you something? That was a good question. She has a Mac. Can she still use Picture Stitcher on the Mac?
yeah, because this is just
Yeah, it
web-based.
is. Yeah,
Yeah, it's just web-based. So yeah,
yeah.
any OS can run this.
It's just
So
you're saving it as a certain file type in your
yeah.
designs.
So in this section, it's showing me how many segments I have. So that's how many different that it's going to have to, with QCT, it's going to have to stop and do a move to next on these different ones. And I can highlight it and remove it. I would like to hit start over And I want to pick, it always takes me to the bottom of the page. I want to pick a more dense design. But first I'm going to pick this one. This is a picture I got. If it's a pattern. I had copied it a long time ago. I tried to find the pattern again because I wanted to say where this picture came from. But this is my point of using somebody else's pattern. Don't do it. But see how this is a continuous line pattern? We have a start on the left and an end on the right. And now I'm going to take it through Picture Stitcher. Hopefully it will go faster. And I'll let you show it how it's not a continuous when it's done. Any questions popping up?
Nope,
Yeah,
you're
why?
doing a great job.
Yeah, while we're running this and it's taking a little bit of time, if anybody wants to, ask a question, let's do it.
Different segments of the design created, do they have to join each other for it to stitch out on QMX?
Yes, it would have to
Yeah,
be.
it has to be continuous.
It has to be continuous. Your sections here would have to be 0 on your segments. So see how this picture was a continuous line and now it is not. You don't have a definite start or end point for it to be a pantograph. So that's why I wanted to show that part. Now sorry, I'm going to start over again because I want to bring in a more dense pattern to show you. I'm going to do this. Maybe I'll do one of my pictures.
QMX, Kitty, is our low-cost software that works with any domestic machines and on our Cutie Breeze frame. And it's awesome. It's a really fun, easy way to get started quilting.
I have another one for you, Marie. If she has a laptop Mac, that's on her computer, she can still download it from Mac onto a drive and then download that into QCT, right?
Yes.
Yes.
But because you're a Mac user, you'll see file types that have a dot in front of the file type. Do not import those. Those will not work. That is the Mac's file system. So if you see something before the name, I can't remember what it is, and there's a dot and then the name, don't import those. Yeah, like I said, they won't work. So do the ones that don't have it. They will import, but when you try to use them, they'll crash the program. Just let you know. Okay, so on this one has a lot more segments. We're at 66. Now there's things you can do to get rid of some small pieces, like right here. If I hover over here, I could get rid of that just by clicking on it. But see, it didn't click on it. I have learned just in the last couple of days, if I go to precise, I should be able to go to that same spot now and get rid of it. See how it is now gone? Actually, I just learned this the other day. When it's on the area and you're in a small place, you have to get the cursor to change to an arrow versus a hand for it to work with it on the whole area. Unless you go to the precise, then you can get the ones missing. So I'm going to go ahead and save this one. Oh, also you can use the slider that she was talking about, which eliminates segments. See how my stitches are going down, but it's also removing parts of the picture.
Oh,
So
and
now
then it removes everything, you guys. I found that out too. So.
yeah, it will either remove everything like it did here, or it will add Carla was doing it earlier and it was adding some lines in her picture. So yeah, so that you don't want to go all the way. With the QCT users, you're gonna have a lot of breaks with this program, but I just want to say it's a lot of fun. It's been fun to do all these pictures, and I've been stitching them out, but I've been stitching them out on paper. When I do my precise testing, I stitch on paper. So that's why I don't have anything to show you, even though I've done a whole bunch. Oh, sorry, you probably see me scrolling back and forth. Okay, I'm going to hit next on this picture.
There we go. Da, 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 da.
And there's our pattern. And here's another place you can help eliminate those. Or I'm joining patterns on this one.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing where it's joining though.
Well, you have to hit apply.
Well, does the break numbers go down on that?
It should go down, but hit apply and we'll see. Maybe it's not working on this one like we want it to.
On the ones I've done, I know there's going to be a lot of breaks.
Yeah,
Yeah, here we go.
see,
See
added,
how
and it
it's,
went down to 3, you guys.
yay, I got 3 breaks now.
Woohoo!
But yeah, if I go all the way up. So it all depends on the picture. Some of the simple pictures are going to be better. I wonder if it's going to take it back.
It will. It will take it back.
Okay, good. I haven't done that part. So now I'm going to hit next. And you can hit start over. There was one picture I was doing it. It had a lot of snow in it, snow and water. It didn't like the snow part. And I kept starting over. And I did it about 12 times. And then it reverted back to like one of my first ones. I felt like it started over. And then it just, at some point, mine just kept getting worse and worse. And I had to stop because it just kept, instead of getting better. So AI, this is driven by AI, a little bit by AI. And if you start over, it's thinking like, okay, what didn't they like? And it tries to regenerate and get rid of some of the noise in the pattern, some of the little specks.
Trust me, AI doesn't always get it right. The first,
Right?
second, and third time.
And this is where you can draw the path, like Carla was talking about, where you can choose which speed you want to go. I'm just going to go a medium and just let it draw out this path. So that would be all your breaks.
It's kind of fun to watch it.
Yeah. When Jerry did hers, she just set her machine to move to the next without tying them off. And she just clipped them all, and I'll show you her picture in a minute. And she just clipped them off, and it worked great. And it didn't seem to take very long. Then I'm going to go to next, and then here's my design, and now I'm going to save it to my library.
If you uncheck posit trim lines in your settings, then it will tie the stitch off and automatically move to the next, you guys. And sometimes it's a little nicer than sitting there babysitting it the whole time.
So it put in the name that I had when it brought that I had of my picture, and designer. Sometime I've been just putting picture stitcher for that. I know this is a block because it's not a continuous a motif. I'm going to save to my library. I'm not going to add anything in here. You can. I'm just going to hit done. And now here's my picture. Here's a couple other ones I've done. This tree turned out really cool. The Bronco was nice.
That cowboy up is cute.
Yeah, the cowboy up was fun. So a lot of these, yeah, they've been fun. I should get rid of my categories over here. There's so many. So now I'm going to download it for a QCT. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to choose it. You can choose whatever. I would suggest don't choose the DXF. Patterns come in with more breaks. You don't want more breaks. And so either CQP or QLI or HQF. I, excuse me, like using the CQP. So I went ahead and download it. And now I have the program open. I'm going to go into PatternCAD and plugins and batch import. And then I need to browse to my downloads folder. I'm going to go to user, downloads, It's not in there. Where'd it go? Oh, it's there.
It's kind of been behaving, and that's why I had to save it in a different place. I don't know if it's supposed to drop it in the downloads because that's where I went to look and it wasn't there. So I decided, oh, I'm going to save it on my flash drive. I just made it easy for me.
What happened? Well, how this tablet is set up,
Mm,
my stuff is downloading to the cloud, which I
is
don't
that
want.
okay? Yeah.
Yeah. It goes to a OneDrive, which I don't
Okay.
want. So I'll try this again. It is not in there. Did it not download correctly? It's right there.
Can you copy and paste it somewhere else?
I did. Oh, I know what I need to do. I need to go this way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
This tablet's driving me
Been a
crazy.
while, Marie.
Yeah. Sorry. This tablet's driving me a little crazy. I need to fix it because I want it to go to my downloads folder, but not OneDrive downloads folder. I tried to fix that the other day, but I was struggling. All right,
There you
now we
go.
see them. I did it right this time. Okay, here's the landscape picture that we just did. I'm going to import it. Hit OK. No, I'm not going to import anymore. And then let me hit fix. And then here's our pattern. When you bring it into QCT, what you would probably need to look at is the small, if you want to edit it, look for the small stuff. Get rid of the small stuff. Like right here, I don't want this small one. So I am going to, oh, sorry. I'm going to draw a box around it without grabbing the line. Oh my gosh. Okay.
I go into edit, Marie.
That's right.
Edit.
Here.
There you
Okay.
go.
Sorry. My bad. And then I'm
It's
going to
okay.
draw a box around it. And you'll see where it's a little darker than the rest. I always turn my nodes off when I'm editing. And now that little one is gone. So you can go in here and get rid of the little ones. We did have a problem with Picture Stitcher. I'm not sure if it's fixed, but it was leaving a little tiny one stitch it well it showed
Fragment.
it.
Call it a fragment.
Yeah, it was a one stitch fragment, and the machine had a hard time getting to that fragment because it was just one stitch. And our machines the program has tie-offs, so there was no room to do a tie-off and do the stitch and then do another tie-off because it's done. So it just kind of freaked out the machine a little bit and took off on me. And then it did actually go back and recover itself, but that tiny little non-fragment does move it. So come in here and make sure that there's nothing out in La La Land that looks like it could cause any problems. So yeah,
You guys, it's fun. Try it out.
it is a lot of fun. I do want to show you, Jerry doesn't, oh, I have to go this way. Dang it. Sorry, you guys. Pictures, pictures, pictures. This is the one that's on the banner. This is the one that Jerry did for her husband. Her dog had just passed away. Their dog had just passed away. And so she ran it through Picture Stitcher, a picture of her, Eva is her name, and turned out really good. So this is on the banner and everybody sees it, but nobody sees the back. So she used fonts in QCT and put the gotcha date on it. It was a rescue dog. So yeah. But that was a lot of fun watching her do it and sneaking it to her husband, which he works here also, so she had to hide it. So, yeah.
And she lives online forever.
Yeah, for sure.
As we're wrapping up our segment here, of course, we don't want to forget talking about our in-person classes. So if you joined Quilter's Playground today or have joined any of our live sessions, keep in mind that we do in-person classes as well here at Grace Company. We have a full range of classes depending on what you are looking for and where you're at in your quilting journey. If you're just getting started, we have intro classes to help you feel confident right away. From there, we move into basic and advanced classes, whether you're interested in free motion or automation quilting with our QCT system. So no matter what level you are, there's really something designed to meet you where you're at and help you grow from there. And we also really have a fun class coming up in March called Intro to Design, and it is focused on our PatternCAD program, which we did show a little bit today in this segment. You put it in Picture Stitcher, and then if there's any changes you need to make after you created your design in Picture Stitcher, PatternCAD is a wonderful tool to help you change and edit those designs, or call me crazy, make your own cool, unique designs yourself for your own quilts to make them that much more unique and personal. All right, and before we fully wrap up, I want to make sure you know exactly where to go next here on YouTube, depending on what you need. If you are here to learn, grow, and get better at quilting, you're in the right place. This is our Quilter's Playground channel, where we focus on education and helping you get the most out of your quilting. If you ever need help troubleshooting things like your frame, your machine, getting tension just right, head over to our Grace Company support channel here in YouTube. That is where we walk you through step-by-step solutions for your problems. And last, if you're looking for a little more inspiration, project ideas, or just something fun to spark your creativity, check out our Grace Company channel here on YouTube. And of course, everything we talked about today, from additional classes to resources, you can find on our website, and we will definitely have that linked below to make things easy for you. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let us know in the comments what you want to learn next. We'd love to hear from you, and it helps us form our next classes, so we're giving you the things that you want to learn. And as always, we'll see you next time on the Quilter's Playground.